I am currently drinking water, eating pizza, and about to make a beautiful video on sketchbooks. Yes, I have strummaged through the glonomial bookworms of the depths of my soul and found every single sketchbook I worked on. And in a collection, today will go through them all. 'Cause I can. Yes, anyway. Let's get to the video. It's falling. Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, before you go, I'm obligated to say that this is going to be like a 3-part video. The first part is going through all my sketchbooks. The next part is going to pick a few OCs from my sketchbook that I do want to draw. Whatever is the community's favorite or my personal favorite, I'm just going to draw that in the next video where I'm doing sketching. And then the last part is going to try my best to do an animatic, which I have never done ever in my entire life. Never did a single animatic. Weird. Anyway, but yeah, this is just the first part. So this is probably going to be a 3-part process, and I'm going to go through everything with you. Okay, bye! Okay. Welcome. I have collected every single sketchbook I have worked on since I was a kid. Let's go. This was a class assignment that I had to do. It was like we had to follow the instructions and make a creature based off of these characteristics, and then I went out my way to make this amalgamation beast, and it was in anatomy. So that's why his anatomy may be a little bit all over the place. For this one, I was just practicing poses, honestly. I was just seeing what I could do with poses. I love messing around and just, seeing what fits what. Like, I definitely love this sitting pose. I was so obsessed with for at least like 3 months. I would always go back and flip to this exact page and just look at it for as long as I can, because I just love the fact that I was able to do poses now. You ever get so good at art that you're like, oh, I'm so fucking cracked. I'm so cracked. Wait, I'm actually legendary. I'm goated. Oh my gosh. That's me. This is from another part of this book. It's a dragon, and I have a little short comic in here that I definitely want to show you. That is a dragon. It's a dragon comic. Oh, here's my Pokemon OC where I have little Piplup. Yes, I had Piplup, and he was and this is my trainer OC. I had a lot of hair back then. Way more than I have now. But yeah, this is a little Piplup. I love this. This was my favorite page. They're so cute. And this is just some random OC I made because I didn't really even put any thoughts into. It's not like most of these OCs that I made don't have lore to them, by the way. These are just OCs that I randomly did during class. This is something I haven't finished. And there's a lot of pages like this, I promise you. Trust me, I have not finished a lot. This one, I just wanted to do something super cool, something nice. And I put him in a little sweat jacket. He's a serial killer, kind of a serial killer. He's like Jack the Ripper, but if he was like a twink. Ripper. Twink or twimper? Okay, so this page has less explanation than you think. This is a stuffed toy. Don't worry about that. But this is a random pose I decided to do because I love trying to do random poses on a whim. Like, I've been overthinking art as of recently. That's why I stopped doing it, because like, I thought it was going to be this easy thing, like, you could just get back into it. But like, if you start overthinking your art, then it'll be harder for you to draw it. Very interesting. This one, I had to come up in the middle of class, and I was looking at someone in my class, and I took pieces of their outfits and kind of made my amalgamation of what I thought that this would look like, and it turned out pretty well. I thought it was a little cute. I kind of do that with a lot of my OCs. I kind of just take amalgamations. Like, this is an amalgamation of Scorpion off the top of my head, and this was I forgot, it was someone with a square face, the guy from Up. Yeah, this was him, but like I just added my own curly hair to it, and it just ended up looking like the La La Loopsy doll. But yeah, I think everything went. Ooh, yes, Cartman. This is my. I hate to say it. This is my friend. In anatomy class, L, as a South Park character. I wanted to draw them in South Park style because there's this bit that I call them Cartman every time I see them, and I just drew them in the South Park style, and they're way cooler than this. But like low key, this is the funniest bit to ever happen. This is from my webcomic. His name is Hero. Yes, Henry made it into the sketchbook. You'll be very surprised. There's a lot of characters inside different sketchbooks that just make it for one-time appearance. They're like little cameos. They just appear out of nowhere. Squidward! I tried to draw handsome Squidward, and it ended up looking like this. Don't ask. I won't answer. A loaf with an arrow in it. Okay, honestly, I was thinking of a badass album cover, okay? If I ever had an album, it would probably just be this picture. Just a loaf with an arrow in it. I think aesthetically pleasing stuff like this is really cool. I thought that meant a lot for me as a kid. I don't know what this is. I woke up one day, and I had no recollection of why I did this. But it's somehow in here. I have no idea when, how, or even how it got here, but it is here, and that's all I can say. Here's my two favorite OCs. Here is Hero from that webtoon I was talking about earlier, and this is a seriously gorgeous clown, by the way. It's really, he's astonishing. I love him. This is a clown OCs because my friends and I made like clown OCs one day in class, and we were like, let's make a bunch of OCs. And then we made clown OCs. And then we ended up just doing that for the rest of the day. Not finished. Ooh. This and this is both. Unfortunately, before I get massacred and screwed online, this is Wilbert Sutt from the Dream SMP. I know. Okay, guys. The Dream SMP was a time period that we have to accept did exist in some formality. And I know it's not the best thing in the world, but, it did exist. Here's that little webcomic. I'll try, you know what? We can go through a little read-through, Here's the first page. It's a kid just raising his hand, because why not? Why? He's in class. He's in the middle of class. I was in the middle of a class while drawing this, so, Oh, yes. I think there's a dragon outside. Dragons ain't. I love this small mini comics. And it's literally just called, the title of it is called Dragons Are Here. And that's it. I wish there was more plot to that. No, the plot of the story is that dragons are here. Basically, it was this mini-series that just was about dragons. If dragons just came to planet Earth one day, whether they just were already here, whether they just came, they just randomly came one day. I love how dramatic I was with the wording. October 3rd, 2023? Oh. 2023. Dragons came to Earth. And that was it. I was so dramatic with this plotline. I even drew a little background. Stop. These are so cute. As of 2023, new age of humanity has occurred. I even drew a city. This is actually kind of cute, actually. I drew a little city frame. This is cute. I made them all out of blocks because I love drawing cereal boxes. As you can tell, with every single one of my characters, they're built like a cereal box. That is intentionally, because I only know how to draw cereal boxes, by the way. The age of dragons living among us has become the new norm. Stop it. Oh, I love them. I love her. Good morning, class. Yep, this is my life now. I love the way I draw comics, because I don't draw backgrounds to comics. If you think I'm going to do some wide-scale scene, no, I'm just going to put a square on their face and try to give their honest reaction. Like, if you want me to share a classroom with a dragon, the whole thing is kind of out of my hand. Like, that's literally my art style right there. I love it so much. The government human dragon pact requires at least 2 dragons per job. And we are running out of classrooms, so you 2 will have to bunk up. Sorry, Miss Lily. If you guys didn't know, but Mr. Bilbert here is based off of Wilbert Suit. Is it Sut or Suit? I don't know. But Mr. Bilbert is based off of Wilbert. And that's why I came up with his name. I'm Mr. Bilbert, and I'm here to teach you about dragon science. I'm Miss Lily, and I'm here to teach you about human science. And I made this one kid. I was trying to make him such an asshole back then. Like, I don't even know his name, but I would probably call him something like Johnny. Aren't dragons, like, dangerous? Mr. Bilbert looks him dead in his face. And then eats him and swallows him all. And that's literally the anticipation that happens. And that's where I end the entire story. There is nothing else to continue from there. He just dies. And it's weird, but yeah. That's pretty much how it ends, unfortunately. This is the one time I try to change my art style a little bit, because I love evolving, but, you know, I try to change the nodes, but I didn't really like it too much. It definitely gave a good art style that was different and more dynamic, but it wasn't very much me. It felt like someone else's art style I saw, and I was like, you know what? This is not me. This is me. I make stupid little guys who have a t-shirt on. That guy that you just saw was actually a Spider-Man OC, if you did not know. His name was Brad Bradley. J.J. Jameson, I think that's what's his name. He's this news reporter who always hates Spider-Man. In this universe, Bradley is supposed to be J. Jameson's son, and he hates Spider-Man, but he's actually, like, literally his son, and he doesn't know it yet. It's really cool. He's not the only Spider-Man OC I made. There's also this weird Spider-Man OC that I try to make. I was trying to find Brad Bradley's, like, style of what type of Spider-Man he would be. I couldn't really figure it out. Oh my gosh, I remember. His name is, hold on, what is his name? Ray Diaz. He's a mouse OC. He's technically my first furry OC. He's Ray Diaz. And if you don't know what that is, if you think of radius, chop that in half and split the word. His name is Ray Diaz. It's a term for radius, because we was in, I don't know if we was in math. I think we was in anatomy when we were working on it. That anatomy class was fun. Ray Diaz is literally a rat person who's a super twink, and that his 90s aesthetic. I love Ray Diaz. I drew him like 3 times. Ray, he's so biblically accurate and so cute. He has little whiskers because he's a mouse. He's so adorable. Hero makes another appearance yet again, because what type of sketchbook would I have if I didn't introduce my characters that are on the top of my mind 24/7? I have no idea what the context of this. This is kind of scary. It's a school bus. Okay, so if you could see, it's a school bus, and the smiley face on the school bus is literally creepy. I have nothing to defend about that. I have no idea why this exists or when I made this. It is literally just scary. And I don't know. There's the Tooth Fairy in the background. Tooth Twink. Here's my favorite OCs in the entire sketchbook. Oh, I'm sorry. This is my man. I'm sorry. This is basically an OC I made a long time ago. So cool, based off of Tokyo Ghoul. His name is actually Kenkai. He's based off of Ken Kaneki. Kenkai is literally so cool. I drew him like 3 times after this. He is so He's so cool. He's so cool. I want to be him so bad. I wanted to have that entire hairstyle. I wanted to be him when I grew up. I wanted to have every aspect of him. If I could get a tattoo to look like Kenkai, I would. The way I was obsessed with this guy, I drew him so many times. I don't even... He has no lore. He has no biblical stance on any story. He's just so... Oh my gosh, I love Kenkai. Kenkai is so cool, bro. Okay, so... If you guys remember, there's this one scene in The Boys. Kenkai, because you know he's back. Because why would I ever stop drawing Kenkai? Like, you know, stop drawing Kenkais. It just feels illegal. Like, you know, you can't do that. Like, you can't stop drawing an OC when you're obsessed with him. Like, if I could add him in the story some way, I would. Trust me. If I can add him in my webtoon that I'm working on right now, I'll find a way. Don't worry. You may see Kenkai sooner than you anticipated. He was a D&D OC. He was my first elf, I think, that I made for D&D. This elf was based off of a Lord of the Rings character. I don't know which one, though. This was a friend from school. Was it Tiefling? It was a Tiefling, I think that was. A Tiefling magician with a flute. I love this. I was a part of I wanted to make a OC collection of D&D characters that I would always go back to and play whenever I wanted to play D&D. This is actually based off of not Alucard. It was My Diaries with a Vampire. In My Interview with a Vampire. That's what it was called. And it was based off of Lestant. Yes, very much loved Lestant. He's the sassy gay twink that we all love and to reminisce about and we all love to see. That's pretty much the end of this sketchbook. At least everything I wanted to show. Shout out to Elle because she's the one who got me the sticker for the sketchbook. It just looked like this but blank, and then I put this big sticker on it, and now it says black is my happy color. And low-key, it just was me back then. I was just as emo and just as dramatic for no reason. Anyway, first sketchbook completed. This is from a old show I'd like to call Odd Taxi. If you don't know what Odd Taxi is, it is a anime that is extremely furry based, but it takes place with someone in a coma. It's so good. Odd Taxi. I had to make a little anime OC because of Odd Taxi. It was so good. I love Odd Taxi so much. It's not one of my favorite anime, but it is technically one of the best anime I've seen in a while. It is my probably second favorite anime ever. A show called Young Justice that I when I was a kid. Love that show. That show was amazing. I drew a little OC using colored crowns. I hate crowns. They're diabolical. That if you're wondering why my art style looks like this, it's because of freaking crowns. I hate crowns. I'm sorry. That is the worst thing that you could probably do to me. And hand me a crown. Hand me a crown, and I'm probably gonna draw something ugly. I had a YouTube video back then, and it was when I was a kid. I played Minecraft with my friends, and they called me Apple. And cause one of my friends even went out their way to make me a little apple skin on a app, and yeah, ever since then I kind of just took the Apple role, and yeah, I even tried to start YouTube as little Apple guy. So I started to draw them in my sketchbook. Here's the OC of Cool Monkey Guy. He is actually from a story that is he's from a story that I have not done yet, and I have no intention on doing yet, called Businessman. I'm just gonna leave it at that. There's a lot of lore that I could get into. I'm not gonna yap about that just yet. This is a OC I made a long time ago because I liked the design. I took that hat from Philza Minecraft, and I gave him a rain jacket, and I was like, yeah, yeah, this guy is, this is him. And I gave him little horns, because now I can make him different. Because, like, before, when I just drew the hat, it looked exactly like Phil's in Minecraft. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give him horns, so he's gonna look a little different. He's gonna look a little different than everyone else. This is, OC I made a long time ago, because I wanted to try different hairstyles. And you know what? Not gonna lie, this kind of looks like, those, McDonald's hash browns. I mean, not hash browns, no. They look like hash browns, just not McDonald's hash browns. Don't get me wrong. I tried my best with this. You know what? The hair, I tried. You gotta give me credit. I put an effort with the hair. It's not like easy like I can do other hairs. I really wanted to go creative with it, kind of add my own design with it, and it actually looks really good. Here is an animatronic I made. Now, I know what you guys are gonna say. Animatronic? What do you mean animatronic? Yeah, I was so obsessed with FNAF back then, I made my own animatronic, and it was a shark. There's a shark animatronic, and he's kind of like a shark dude who's also had a claw for a hand, and it looked better in my head, okay? Okay. Next is my second Pokemon trainer I draw, who was a cowgirl. She's like a rodeo cowgirl, and her Pikachu is rodeo cow themed. And just like that. Also, I saw on one person's thing that they drew signatures while they did their art. And I wanted to try drawing a signature, which is just my first initials. But it's so weird that I did it on every single page. I made a bird god based off of Anubis, like the actual Egyptian god. That's really cute. I'm so proud of assigning my stuff. It seems so professional. I feel so professional every time I sign it. I was trying perspective with this one, and I draw a guy shooting a bow and arrow. I was like, yeah, I ate that up. Gobble, gobble, gobble. But, you know, realistically, I'm looking at it now, and this is like, dude, what the hell are the hands? What the hands doing? What the hands doing? Because the hands are not correct. Also, that shading is all off. I don't... guys, chat. I was trying my best. I was a kid. This was in 2021. You gotta give me credit. I drew an OC of a Batman design I thought was really cool because I love Batman. So I was like, what if I made my own Batman? I bet he would look really cool. And he ended up looking like Deformation Batman. And you know what? That's okay. You can look like Deformation Batman. I don't know why I give Batman superpowers, but he has an arm. That's cool. Also, while I made this Batman, I knew that Batman needed a Robin. So I made him a cool little twink Tim Drake. Tim Drake, if he was Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and he had like this funny attitude whenever he hopped into missions. And then I made Jason British. That wasn't Jason. This is Dick. I made Dick Grayson British. I made Jason also seemingly British. I hate to say it. He's more homeless than British, if anything. Jason's more like he's a bum on the street who believes in his own justice. Less of a he's a homeless British person, and Nightwing's just British and rich and British. I don't understand. I don't understand the context either. Do not ask me for anything. I promise you, I won't be able to answer anything. I won't be able to answer any of your questions. Please don't ask me. I made Sasuke Uga Chia. Uga Luga Chia. I was so proud of myself. Uga Luga Sasuke Uchiha. I also was obsessed with DC Comics because I made Superboy. I was like, eat that up, Superboy. And he did. Look at that jacket. Look at everything. His style is phenomenal. I'm not showing that to the general public. So, you know what? Skipping this page. And this is my favorite drawing I've ever made in my entire life. And it's so simple. It's just a neck. It's just a head. But it's so seemingly perfect. I didn't draw a body or anything, and I don't think I'm ever going to. It's just seemingly perfect for me. Like, there's some drawings that I draw that are just seemingly perfect without trying. The head position, the angles, the everything. And I'm like, this is one of those seemingly perfect drawings that I ever have done in my entire life. It's just, it had no flaws. It had little to no flaws. Here's this villain I made based off of that one guy from Devil May Cry. I don't know what his name is, V or something. Here's someone who is based off of my school. There's this kid in this school who sold drugs, and I'm not gonna say what school I go to or anything like that, but there was this kid, and I drew them because they always wore this trench coat, and they looked dope as fuck. I was kind of jealous. I was like, you know what? As much as people clown on them for wearing a trench coat, low-key, he kind of has his own style. He has that one thing about him that I'm like, low-key, I kind of respect it. You kind of ground that up. You ate that up. You gobbled. Like, say what you want. He ate that up. I try to draw him again, but, one of my favorite Marvel characters, Nova. I love Nova so much. He's amazing. I do this one guy I saw at the coffee shop. Rambo. That's all I'm saying. I'm leaving that. This was not actually at a coffee shop. I remember I found this at a coffee shop while looking on Pinterest. I remember the photo? Absolutely not. Absolutely freaking not. Here's my pirate boat. Now, you guys may be wondering, hey, why'd you draw a pirate boat? Well, this is when I started One Piece. And if you don't know about One Piece, it's about pirates. I love this pirate boat so much. I thought I ate it up. I thought I ate it up so much that I made and went out my way to draw myself a little pirate crew. Guys, I know you guys are going to be excited by this because this is one of my favorite pirates. Also, this character has no ears. Now, you guys may be asking, why is he has no ears? Because this is a deaf pirate captain. He just cannot hear anything. But at the same time, he can read lips, and he has insanely good eyesight. It's almost so cool. He is a pirate captain of the Spider Monkey Pirates.
Puppy Monkey Baby.
This is his full design. You guys wanted to see him closer? Hold on. He's so cool. He's kind of like his own bandit self. I love him. He has his little spider monkey beanie. He has a little horn here. The reason why he has a horn is not for any devil fruit reason. It's because it was kind of like... The reason why he has no ears is because he was bullied in his own pirate crew. They chopped off his ears, and they kind of put something that looks like similar to a horn on his head. And now if because it's been there for so long, that if they try to remove this little horn thing that they just shoved in his head, that it would literally kill him. So he has to wear this like it's his horn, attachment to him that reminds him of his old pirate crew that literally bullied and hated him for no reason, seemingly. So yeah, I love this OC. He's one of my favorite. I made Cyborg from Teen Titans Go. This is more of a chill version of Cyborg. This is him walking Silky. I thought that was so cute. I think that all the Titans go on their own excursions to just walk Silky. This is a less jockish Cyborg. Usually, okay, I'll talk about the lore. Okay, so usually in most DC comics, Cyborg is just this cute, this guy who's a football player and stuff. This is more of an IT nerd. He does a lot of gaming, and he's not much of a fighter, unfortunately, especially in this universe. But yeah, there's this other OC called Beast Boy, which is not my OC though. This is Beast Boy, who is a yoga hippie from the 90s. He feels like he dresses and feels like a yoga hippie from the 90s. He is all about meditation, smoking blunts, and nothing else. This Beast Boy is more of a pacifist. He does not believe in violence. He's chill. He's the epitome of a chill dude. If he was to do anything, I think he would definitely be a hipster because he's always been the heart of the team, the pacifist, the calm person. I definitely think that would be his entire personality. I also drew Raven from Teen Titans Go. Is there any changes that I made to her in this version? Not really. She's still the same old Raven that we all know and love. Yes, Raven. But, this time I gave her a little bit more of a teen apparatus. She's more non-binary than anything else, but, that's pretty much it. There's not really much that I changed about her origin. I made Starfire be the cute, lovable Starfire that she is. This was supposed to be a picture of Slade, but then I just crossed out it and said, hey, yeah, I'm just gonna make a no alien sign. Oh, okay, guys, we are getting into undomain territory here. I had a My Hero OC called Turtle Man. Turtle Man is a OC who I was very much inspired to make because he's like a little turtle shell hero. He doesn't have any unique powers or anything like that. He doesn't have a quirk that's unique. His head and his body is indestructible, and that is all his power is, really. He's just indestructible, but he's kind of like a turtle hero. That's all. But yeah, I wanted to make a My Hero OC that was kind of creative and not too different. Bob. Don't ask where this OC came from. I have no idea. I just thought this would be the funniest, little silliest thing to possibly do with an OC, and I just did it. I was like, yeah, this guy's a Bob. Bob. Yep. I wish there was more lore with that one. This guy's weird. I'm gonna show you guys this, but I'm not gonna say anything about it. I didn't like the proportions on this one. Ooh, this guy was actually kind of cool. I made this OC. I don't know what it was inspired by, but I definitely did not do the hands right. I gave him like 3 fingers. I was like, yeah, I'll wrap it up. Yeah, this is what we're doing now. Guys, unfortunately, yeah. He was Ichigo from Bleach because I made him very, very hot and sexy. Because I just watched, I think the first 100 episodes of Bleach, and I was like, yeah, that's Ichigo. Let me draw him. And I drew Ichigo. I need to work on female anatomy. I see pictures on Pinterest, and I keep on drawing it, and it just goes, and it turns curves. It's like, I swear, I need to work on that. Here is a chef. I'm a good chef. I promise. This is really bad. I don't know why I made this. There is no context between making this, and there's no reason why I should have made this in the first place. It just exists, and you know what? Here's my favorite My Hero character, and he's a background character that nobody knows, nobody appreciates, but this is my favorite My Hero character. He's this guy in the background. He has little horns, head. I don't know what his hero name is, but he is so cool. He's always been in the background of every single episode, and low-key, he's one of my favorite My Hero characters ever. I just love their design so much. It's so cool. I finished Night in the Woods, and I made myself a little Night in the Woods boy band. Yeah, I thought it was really cool. I thought I was really aesthetically pleasing with this. I brought back my little penguin OC from the beginning. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a penguin in this. I don't know. If I was in Night in the Woods, I think I would be a penguin. Maybe it's just me. I feel like I would be the penguin of the group. Sorry, guys. That's kind of whack. I did Superboy again because I was obsessed with Superboy. Oh, no. I made Superboy because of Superman and Lois. They made a spin-off called Superman and Lois that came on the CW. And they had a variant of Superboy. And I was like, you know what? Let me draw him. And I draw him with his little swoop and everything else. I love that variant of Superboy. But he's not the best, but he was cool. Here was my detective noir story. That was more like a, okay, so basically the lore with this is that there was this guy who is chasing someone who killed his wife, but the person who killed his wife was a clown named Jester, and Jester literally killed his wife, and then at a circus, and he had to go and look for Jester, but Jester never came up as someone who worked as the circus, so he was just someone who was faking being in the circus, just now he could kill people, and people would trust him because he's a Jester and it's at the circus. So now this detective is going on a revenge tour trying to find who killed his wife. Now he has to go all over the world to track Jester down and see where else he's gonna strike. So it's kind of like a detective noir type of story, trying to chase down a serial killer. It's not really creative or interesting, but you know what? I thought it was badass when I drew it. I thought it was the toughest thing ever. I was like, you know what? I'm kind of eating this up. Okay, so basically, there was this show called The Umbrella Academy. So I decided to make OCs based off that. 5 random characters that I would just like call the universe's Umbrella Academy if they just was a little bit different. This is number 5, who is kind of like gravity powers. You know, he can manipulate gravity. Kind of cool. This is him. This is number 1, who is based off of the number 1 in... Oh, no. Number 5 in, what's it called? Umbrella Academy. Now, you may be wondering, what's his power? His power is to always attract danger. And I wish that was a joke. For a while growing up, he always would be the worst of the entire group. He would always cause the most problems, and he never knew why. He never had any powers or no visual powers to display, but for some reason, he was always the problem, and surprisingly, he hasn't got kicked out yet. But sooner or later, he started wishing that ill will on other people. And sooner or later, bad stuff, terrible stuff started happening to other people. It can give people extreme bad luck, and it can really just, affect their entire day or kill them. His level of bad luck that he can give you depends on how much he hates you, how much he despises you. If he, hates you in that second, he can give you so much bad luck that you step on a mine and it just explodes instantly. Number 3. Cyclone. I love him so much. He basically can control water, and he thinks he's a ninja. And that's it. If you guys ever watch, what's that show called? Paranormal Park? I don't know, it's this one show on Netflix that I watched when I was a kid. They kind of canceled it. I loved all these characters so freaking much and made me feel so seen. I also made Lapis and Paradox because, a Steven Universe has affected the childhood that I've grown up with in a way that is either healthy or unhealthy. And I don't know which is better, but, I prefer the Steven Universe side. Lapis is my favorite character ever. There's nobody better than Lapis. Here's a little vampire boy. That's all I'm gonna say. I drew a little background, I drew a little city. He's kind of like painting something in his office. I never really thought too much deep into it. Here's one of my favorite OCs inside the entire book. I love his design so much. Look at him. Oh! Here's another little vampire boy, because I was obsessed with vampires. I tried to work on his muscles, because I don't know how to do muscles. I still don't know how to do muscles to this day. Never tell me to draw any of my characters with a shirt off, because I will do it wrong. Whatever you think I will do it wrong. If you think I will draw it right, wrong. Here's this really, really mysterious... I need to start drawing serious characters, by the way. I love the way I draw serious characters. All my characters are really silly, goofy, because that's my art style. But, when I draw serious characters, the way they glare their eyes, the way they shift, it's just, so... It adds such a, the thing to it. My first one is, as someone I talked about earlier, Turtle Man. And this guy is Wolf Boy, who is a wolf. That's his power. He's basically, he has all the traits of a werewolf, and that's it. They're best friends. They are best friends in most renditions of the lore. They just happen to fight because this is the My Hero Academia sports festivals. You don't know what this is? This is the first sketch of His Name is Hero. I made it digitally, but this is the first sketch I've ever made beginning the lore of His Name is Hero. And that's a webtoon. My webtoon. My baby. My baby. My baby. My baby. My little Charlotte. Here is a Robin story that I wanted to make. It's a spin-off called Robin Adventures, and it's nothing special. It's kind of just like one of your friend groups, one person in your friend group came home one night and admitted that they are a superhero. And they were like, no way you're a superhero. And then they show off that they're actually a superhero. Well, that's this story. It's basically just Robin introducing that he's a superhero, and all of them kind of just hanging out with him while he does super things and trying to keep his secret identity a secret and trying to... Oh, wait, hold up. I actually made comic renditions of this. Wait a second. No, we didn't. Hypothetically speaking, if you were a killer, I'm already a killer. A lady killer, if you know what I mean. This was so funny. I love this. This banter. It was so cute. And I was going to base this entire story around Damian Wayne. Because he is, and still will forever be, my favorite Robin. You know, I grew up with Dick Grayson, but for Damian Wayne stole my heart. Unfortunately, it's true. It was going to be about Damian Wayne's Robin, you know, him trying out Damian Wayne's bat suit, you know. It's going to be a cute little story. You know, I very much like the concept of it. If you can't see it, there's like a spider here, and that's it. They're running from the spider. Isn't this a bit overkill? He's saying in the corner, if you can't read that. He's just like, oh, this seems like a bit overkill. And she's panicking, saying, kill it. You know what? This is so cute. And then there's Alexander. He's the party animal. We all love Alexander. He's so silly. Alexander has a horrible haircut, and he's balding. But I love him nonetheless. Alexander does nothing wrong. He is literally the heart of the group, and he literally is the party animal. Alexander's gonna be like, hey, do you guys want to hang out? Let's hang out. Let's bomb something. I made a OC called Kid Martian, based off of Martian Manhunter, and this is kind of one of the first times I drew him. I drew him again in digitally, but, you know, that's the last page of the sketchbook. That was a lot. I will say that was a lot of dramatic storytelling and really bad art. But you know what? That's 2 sketchbooks done. We're growing. We're doing good. Time to go through this amalgamation of shit. This sketchbook has been through the worries, been through the trenches, been through the terminal illnesses. It has been through a lot. I ripped out all the pages. Let me sort through this. Here is my middle school sketchbook. Yes, we are going back in time to middle school. I want you to know, this is really bad. I actually want to belittle and get rid of that. We're going to pretend like that doesn't exist. Let's see. This is, I don't know what to say what this is. This was like an OC I made of the Star versus the Forces of Evil. It was a little cute. If you guys ever watch Camp, this is a drawing of Max from Camp. Like it was a quote, I think, from an episode. It's pretty cool. This stays there. No, okay, so this was an OC I made, who Jay, and he was based off of a Ninjago character. He has his ARF powers. I made him 4'3". This was from an old anime I watched called Beginning of B. Love that. You can tell. This is also from Beginning of B. Love that. You can tell my art style was very much Beginning of B. Love that. Okay, listen, Beginning of B is that one show that you should not have been watching as a child. It's really good. It's the first season is really good. Do not watch the second season. Stop right there. Save yourself the time. You do not want to watch the second season of Beginning of B. You do not want it. This is also Beginning of B. Oh no. My little sister tried to draw all over my OC. This is Lynn. She's also from His Name is Hero. Luckily, I redid her digitally. Will I show that? Probably. I drew. I thought I ate up with that. Did not eat up at all. Looks very. Look at his chin. Look at his chin. These are two characters of myself that I drew, by the way. If you didn't know. This one and this one. This is when I started wearing glasses and I looked like a nerd. Look like a goofy little silly boy. Here's another character of His Name is Hero. This is okay. I want you to know from this point on. Let me go ahead and get rid of these. I'm getting rid of all these. From this point on, all of this is from His Name is Hero. This webtoon I'm working on. Will I tell you the lore? I can. I really can. I really can. Don't worry. I can. Do I want to? I will, because we're not going to see these characters for a long time. And I don't think anybody's going to remember them. So, I'm going to tell you the lore of all the characters. Okay. Here's His Name is Hero. Basically, in His Name is Hero, there's a race known as R2Vs. R2Vs are basically TV head characters who are kind of like the rich people of the universe. They're rich, super rich. They are super powerful, and not just in word, they're just actually physically powerful. They can destroy a planet. Like, they are that powerful. This guy is obsessed with them. So he dresses up as a TV head just to be like them because they're so powerful, and he likes power too. So he thinks he's cool enough to pretend to be them, even though everybody knows that he's not one of them. And it's so easy to tell. And it's so weird because he built so much technology to mimic what they can do, and he's kind of like made himself almost half robot, half human cyborg just to be like them, to fit in to their society. But it's just kind of embarrassing, and they kind of treat him like less because of that. He's a complicated character. I put him aside. Anyway, here's Roxy. Oh, Roxy, my darling. Roxy, we're gonna get to you later. There's certain arcs in His Name is Hero. Here's another picture of Roxy from before she crashed out. I'm gonna be honest, there's some spoilers that I'm just not, there's some storylines and characters I'm not willing to talk about. There's a lot of characters I'm willing to talk about, but there's some characters that I'm just going to scroll past because I'm not like, their arc is so funny and so silly that I am not at like liberation to tell you anything else except the bare minimum. Here's my weird design because I didn't know how to make squares and I didn't know composition of Henry. He's a silly little billionaire who spends his money he adopted a child randomly. His name is Hero, if you guys want to know the child's name. He adopted a child, and Henry is taking care of this child, and he is problematic, yes, but he is nonetheless. This is not my OC. This is my friend's L, and it's a little Sprout. I love Sprout. Sprout's so cute. Look at Sprout. He's a little chill guy. Sapphire. Here's my first drawing of Sapphire. Not the best one, but it is one of them. Sapphire is a part of His Name is Hero. Sapphire, we have not got to Sapphire yet. We will get there. I promise you guys, we will get to Sapphire when the Sapphire comes. We, somewhere in this sketchbook is a redrawn Sapphire. Sapphire is based off of Bendy and the Ink Machine and Yukino, a lot of Toon projects. Sapphire is this dimensional being. I'm not going into the lore of Sapphire because that is another one I am keeping secret. It's top secret until the time is right. Henry. We got another one of Henry being a little goober because Henry has a little staff. He's such a he's a whimsical type of rich. He's like, well, I could just buy it for you. So, okay, I also want to give context to why this OC. When I was a kid, I watched Steven Universe for the first time, and I started drawing based off of Steven Universe. And when I was a kid, I was inspired by how easy it was to make OCs. Because at first I was inspired by art because Steven Universe art style was so easy to make. And then I was inspired by Pinterest because it was so easy to make OCs because, you know, you could take the best aspects of the character from, like, a favorite Pinterest post that you see or character design. You take the best aspects of the character and you can combine them into something that you want. I made 24 OCs in one day. This is one of the 24 OCs that I made. And Roxy, Sapphire, and Henry was a part of those OCs as well, if you didn't know. This was another OCs I made that day. I made this OC. His name was Kai, and he is based off of Ryuga from Blade, Metal Fury. He is iconic. I love him, and he's supposed to be angry. It was an experiment that accidentally went wrong in the lab. He's such an interesting character. He was made for the tournament specifically. He was like brought together. A bunch of people spent a lot of money to make sure he's a functional person, that he can do this for the tournament. And I feel like I'm being very confusing right now, so let me go ahead and try to break this down. His name is Hero is a story that only happened because out of those 25 OCs that I made, I wanted to make them all into one succinct story. I had so many OCs all over the place, and I was like, I need to do something with this. And my friend was working on a TV show. I was like, that's so cool that you made those OCs and you're developing them into something. And I want to do the same thing. So he didn't make a TV show, but he wanted to make a TV show. But I wanted to make a TV show as well because it's based on him. So I made this in overarching lore of all these characters that don't match the same aesthetic, just purposely just to fit them all in this piece that makes sense. The only way that made sense was to bring them into a tournament, because you can get, especially, I made it even a Universal Galaxy tournament. Now I can bring all these people with witches, experiments, TV heads, all in the universe, and I did it and went out my way to make this crazy story called His Name is Hero. And it has kind of depth to it that I didn't know I was going to have while making it, you know. And then I learned how to develop my art style, and I wanted to draw more, and I was like, here's my excuse to draw more. I can work on this webtoon and do something, or I can just forget about art entirely. And I am a film major, but hey, you know, I want to work on art on the side, and I learned how to do art to tell this story, and it kind of all came together. And I love how every character is so different. They are different because none of them was supposed to be together in lore. Percy is a character who's also in the tournament. Love her. She seems really sad now. I changed her. She's way more happy now. She's way more angry, loud, and obnoxious. She's kind of just like her brother. And yes, if you didn't know, they are siblings. I canonically made it. And I only did that because they both had red hair. I was like, wait a second, they both have red hair. Siblings? Oh, you know, that makes sense. I was such a middle schooler back then. Here's Roxy. Again, I shall not tell you anything about her, but I'll tell you she's a princess. And she is a lovely person who is amazing. Rex does not look like this at all now, but he has telekinesis. Rex is part of a race known as, I don't think I came up with a name. Did I? I don't think I actually came up with a name for his race. But he's a race full of like telekinesis people who can like hover, use telekinesis, who also is very much with energy itself. Like, you know, their race has mastered energy manipulation to a level where they can connect to trees and stuff like that. And they just have a connection with energy in the earth on a molecular. I don't know, on a scale. Rex is so cool. I love Rex. Here's Iris among the other OCs that I made. Iris is a pop star singer with wings. He's an angel. He hates Frybo. Why does he hate Frybo? Frybo's another OC that I made that day. I just wanted to give them lore, so I made another OC intercross with this one, and Frybo's that one OC. We're gonna get to Frybo later. Frybo is another picture of Roxy. Did I really draw Roxy that much? I just don't remember drawing Roxy that much. Kirby. He's little warrior security guard for like this one princess who's also in this story. We have seen her. Her name is Lynn. She's the one with coloring all over her face. I will find her later, but like her Lynn, the one with coloring all over her face, this is her little guard, Kirby. One of the other OCs that I made. Lynn's aunt is evil. Lynn has an evil aunt. And in this story, her evil aunt teams up with this guy named Cole, who is kind of like a one-eyed Igor type of monster person, and they work together to do evil stuff to this little boy right here, Hero. My art style was all over the place, guys. Do not look at me. I was trying my best. But yeah, this is one of Hero's other designs that I didn't go with or decided to go with. This is a really straightforward design of Hero, but like, you know, he's stupid and naive. I think if I had a best way to describe Hero, it's that he's ambitious, and that is all he is. He tries his best to be and to do anything on a whim. One of his wishes to win, basically, if you win the tournament, the giant universal tournament that connects all these OCs, if you win it, you get a wish. Because I'm using Dragon Ball Z terms, because why not? Anyway, you get a giant wish, and the wish is his wish that he wants to make is for everyone to be happy for a day. And I know how stupid it sounds. It is stupid. Theoretically, this is the most stupid kid ever. He is supposed to be stupid because he's a kid who thinks that anything is possible, and he lives in dreams, and a lot of people are telling him it's stupid, it's unrealistic, but he does it anyway, and he still fights the good fight. Does he win the tournament? I have no idea. I haven't got there yet. Okay, but you know what? This is his dream, and his name is Hero. That is the title of the show. She is my favorite character ever. She is so beautiful. I love her. I love Star so freaking much. Star is my favorite character ever. I promise you, I think that if I had one favorite character in the show, it would be Frybo. We haven't seen Frybo yet, so I'm gonna let you guys pass with this. But Star is my second favorite character. Star's lore is that she's like this secret agent spy, Black Widow-esque person who's a human, but she's like this secret spy who like just kind of plays on all sides and always switches, and kind of is like this in-between character who like sometimes comes and goes whenever she needs to, and she gets the information that she needs, and then she does a backflip out, and she's like, I'm gone, sorry guys. You need her the most, and like all hands are down, and your back's against the wall, and every villain's like on your head, she'll just come out of nowhere and be like, hey guys, you guys need him. I'm sorry, she's like really, really convenient. You're gonna want someone like Star. This is an OC I made. He is, and his name is Hero. But I'm keeping him a secret. He doesn't look very important, but I trust you. He's keeping it. Here's Noob. Noob. I love Noob. Noob is the first gay relationship I have made. And guess who he's gay with? Frybo! No, you guys haven't seen Frybo yet, but just know that Noob's Frybo's boyfriend, and they are so freaking cute. Noob and Frybo kissing, oh my god, I loved them so much back then, you don't understand. We don't talk about that in anime, though. We don't talk about that in anime. We just believe it's true. Noob and Frybo. Is this Frybo? It's Frybo. It's Frybo. In lore, he is the smartest mind in the universe. He is like one of the smartest minds in the universe. I won't say he's the smartest. There's some other characters for that. But he is one of the smartest minds in the universe. Who is this guy? Don't worry about that. He is an OC that was supposed to be connected to Frybo, but I decided to cut him from the story. You know, let me go into Frybo lore. I'm gonna go into Frybo lore for a second. Frybo, why he's my favorite character, is that he's so smart that he literally fixed the entire economy of his planet in literally a day. Though his planet is very much like racist. Depending on what there's a birthmark that you're born with his race. And if you're not born with the right color birthmark, you're sent to a specific working class. Basically, each class has their own birthmark, and that birthmark, it leads into what section you're supposed to be in society. He never agreed with this system, but, you know, he did so much for his planet, and because even though he did so much for his planet still plays by the same rules about how this is supposed to go, and they try to put him in a specific category that he just doesn't want to be in. So he decides to leave the planet and just help out another planet, and that planet over at the other planet started thriving like crazy, so much that the queen of his planet went out their way to travel to that planet and say, hey, can you please come back? I know we really missed you. And he said, hey, well, are you gonna change the way society works on my planet, on our planet? Are you gonna change it? And the queen was like, well, you know, we gotta be racist. We kind of gotta have these classes because technically we need it. And he was like, nah, I'm not coming back, bro. You guys on your own. And he stayed on that other planet. And then the tournament came, and he was like, you know, I miss home, I miss my family, so I'm gonna go into the tournament and wish that life was different, or to save his planet, he's going to wish that society for his planet was a little bit different. And, you know, now he can see his mother again. Because right now, the queen got so mad about him not coming back that he was like, okay, fine, you're banned. He said, you're banned from our planet. I never want to see you again. And no one's allowed, and on his planet, no one's allowed to talk about his name. No one's allowed to talk about Frybo because he's so disregarded, but he's the smartest mind in the entire universe, and every single race and every single planet other than his own sees him as such a high value asset. And it's so funny. He's just saying no because of spite, and they can't even do anything about it. There's lore with him. I'm gonna save him because I haven't even come up with a name for him yet. So another picture of him. I tried out I don't know which design was better for him, but I drew him twice, you know, because I was a little curious about what I wanted to make his design. It's very weird. He has an abstract amount of colors that are very different, if I'm gonna be honest. Trust me. Another reason why I got rid of this OC is because his name is Venom, and he's just kind of like a Venom. I don't know what his purpose is. Like, you know, I don't really have a strong one. He's an OC that I did not include in the tournament, so yeah, we're just gonna leave that aside. Original drawing of Henry and Nate in middle school. Henry, as we all know, is a aristocrat that we all know and love, little goober Henry. And then we got Nate, Dr. Nate. I took away the doctor part because he's not a doctor, he's more like a scientist. I gave him these freaking colored hairstyles, and then I took this away in the actual webtoon. I changed his design a lot. But I changed Henry's design too, because actually, I told you before that Henry is a race of TV heads that are extremely rich and financial. The race of TV heads that I've been talking about go out their way to connect different planets. Now they can trade materials and also connect each other. Their race wants planets to communicate with each other and kind of connect, and they thought the tournament would bring these races and different cultures and planets together. In his race, it's popular to kind of go out their way to protect one planet. Henry's race usually finds the smartest mind on each planet and shows them off, kind of like a show and tell toy, if that makes sense. It's kind of like Nate is a presentation on what their planet looks like. They see planets as property. Hey, Henry's planet is Earth, so his property is of Earth. If you want to flex how smart Earth is, you get the smartest mind of Earth to be there to show off just how intelligent and wise Earth is. And technically, Henry is that type of person who flaunts around his royals, and he sees Earth as his type of property, and kind of the entire world kind of sees Earth as Henry's territory, So there is not many of his race in the universe, but there is enough, I would probably say under 100, to make it mean something. It's definitely a weird society that I got going on. It's complicated, the lore is complicated, it's all political, it's very, very interesting. This is a picture of Chera from Undertale that I drew. Turbo is a race of intelligent minds. So basically, you guys know the planet that I was talking about earlier. The planet I was talking about with Fribo that grew in technology because Fribo decided to go to that planet and build it up. Yeah, Turbo is a part of that planet. This is a planet of geniuses, minds like Fribo, who are just like absolutely storming with mechanical needs and literally the most intelligent race alive. And he is one of Hero's closest friends, other than Rex. Rex is Hero's closest friend, but Turbo is Hero's second closest friend. And Hero, Turbo, and Rex go on adventures together. If I'm being honest, there's no good lore with this character. This guy is a certified background character, if anything. I haven't really developed Tenzin in any way except just being there, Here's Iris. And Iris, I'm sorry, last time, Iris is a bird winged character with wings who has a singing voice, but he's actually a part of a boy band, and that's called Little Angels. They all are a race of aliens who have angel-like features who can also fly. They are a boy band, and they're really cute. Imagine like BTS meets Four Town. He does not go inside the tournament. He does not belong in the tournament. He's outside the tournament. There's an arc outside the tournament that he will play a heavy role in, but for now, he's not really a part of the tournament, if that makes sense. Iris again, because, I love drawing Iris. Toon, Sapphire. I swear, Sapphire's entire theme is just Bendy and the Ink Machine. I'm sorry. Star again. I love Star. Another picture of Lynn. Okay, this may be a better picture of Lynn. I love Lynn. She's so girl boss. She's a princess from outer space. Okay, Lynn's backstory. Let me tell you about Lynn. There was an incident that happened that blew up, that Hero had something to do with, that blew up her planet, making her kind of homeless, just a little bit homeless. And Lynn's now being homeless, and her only hope to getting her planet back is the Tournament of Wishes. She is going into the Tournament of Wishes to bring back her whole entire planet, her loved ones, her mom, her dad, and everybody she cares about. She is a different perspective on the tournament, because Hero's going because he's a naive, hopeful bot of joy who inspires so much, and she's going in the tournament because she has something to fight for. So I think it's really interesting, these dynamics. There's a lot of more characters in there that has these different dynamics of why they're going to the tournament, and none of the reasons are bad, but at the same time, some may seem a little bit more than others, and I deadass want to make that kind of a subject matter. She's trying to bring it back and go into the tournament. Somehow, some way, she'll get there. Here's Lance. This is my first drawing of Lance. Lance is a scam artist. He is a human trafficker, scam artist. His mom kicked him out. He's a bum who lives in his basement. His mom kicked him out and he had to make money, so his uncle offered him an opportunity to work with him. And his uncle's a terrible person, but he went out his way to make sure Lance had a job. He got him a gig, and with some powerful people, Lance is stuck in a situation where he's morally has to decide whether he wants to continue being this bad person, because he is a bad person. He finally meets someone he actually starts to care about, because they're trapped on a planet together. I think the ship crashes, they're trapped on a planet together, and they live together for a long time. He starts growing this emotional connection, and he has to really question himself whether he stays a human being who has to do these terrible things, or is he going to make a change and do something different. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Another picture of my first drafts of Hero. Yes, he looked way different. I want you to know. If you see him now in his prime on my webtoon, he looks way different. Like, his design changed a lot, I'm telling you. This is Star's boyfriend, who's he's not a demon. He's a part of a red-skinned race. The same skin race as Roxy. And you guys, I can't tell you about Roxy's lore, but I tell you about his. So let's lock in. Let's all sit down. We're getting to the end here. Roxy's lore, his lore is that he is also a secret agent super spy who also works with Star, and they try to investigate a fraud case together, and it leads them into a deeper hole that actually winds up unraveling a mysterious, horrible thing that happens that I will not spoil. There's no lore with this OC. She's kind of cool. That's it. I just made some girl with a bunch of swords, and then I wanted to make the front of a girl with a bunch of swords. I don't get it. This was my Hero OC. Another one I made. Another one. I know. I make so many. He's basically a guy with fire for legs and everything else in his body. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. Okay, and that is the entirety of that sketchbook. We have 2 more books to go through. We're doing the Piplup one. Because, guys, I love Piplup. If you ever give me a Christmas gift and it's Piplup themed, I love you. I love you, Shotty Bay. Okay. Back to the grind. Okay, my Piplup OC. I redrew them. I know, okay. I redrew my Piplup OC. It's so cute now. This is a little bit I would probably say this journal specifically is during high school. But yeah, you can tell my art style definitely gotten better. My Piplup OC, I'm sorry, I'm just so proud of this. You can hate me for hating me. Oh, I remember I drew this in high school as well. This actually may be my favorite journal. Now, will I be able to tell you the context of this scene? Absolutely not. I drew us a little Among Us. A little Among Us guy. Okay, so first up, we got this. I don't really know what to say about it, except I think I was just drawing for fun. There was no real organization. I feel like with this one, it was a little... This journal has, this sketchbook really has random themes going on. I just want to go ahead and say that, because my art style really is really defined in this one. I definitely like this. I was so proud of this drawing. It was shaded correctly. It was everything I ever wanted it to be. It was so good. I was so proud of this. I kept on going back to it. And you know what? This is my favorite one, because it shows how weird I can get. I am such a chill artist sometimes. My art style can get very weird, and there's sometimes no explanation to it. And, you know, I hate to say it, but there's, like, a lot of pages like this in this webcomic. I mean, not just in this one. Like, it is weird. I don't know what I was going through in high school, but I was going through some weird things that I don't really know how to particularly word and say. Like, if it was something, it just, like, I can tell that I liked the abnormal. Like, you know, I was taking hands. I learned how to draw hands. I learned how to draw everything, and I was like, you know what? Let me do everything with it. Let me draw a bit of everything. I drew this hand correctly, and I drew this hand correctly, and I drew the plate correctly, and then I added extra hand. It was so weird. I promise you guys, I was going through something, because there's no reason for my art style to take a 360 like the way it does right now. Like, it is weird. Would I say it gets better? No, not really. It just gets weirder. There's less explanation for it. I can't defend anything or say anything or give any notes. This is okay. Hold up. I want to give some backstory on this one. This is some outfits that I wanted to wear one day. I just had to find them online. Okay, if you haven't watched Haikyuu, this is Kenma. Kenma for Haikyuu. I love Kenma. He's a little cat person. He's a little adorable. This, no context, no character, literally nothing at all. It's just my weird, wacky world that I somehow that somehow is just from a lot of randomness. I can't. Again, this is one of my favorite sketchbooks, but at the same time, it is one of the most weirdest ones because a lot of them just is, I don't know if it's autistic expression that I'm doing. This was the best my sketchbook has ever looked in my entire life. Like, I generally have cute designs once in a while, but like usually this is the peak. This is the peak of my sketchbook. This is the peak of sketching. This was my friend in high school, DJ, who I drew a picture of. This is some scary thing from Wreck-It Ralph that I drew based off of. Looks terrifying. I don't know what this is. Don't even ask me. I drew this off the top of my head because I was bored. Yeah. I felt like I was not drawing enough OCs, so this is actually the first OC that I drew in the sketchbook. He is a one-eyed golem, and he is angry, and his name is Valakak. I specifically remember that. I can tell you that. His first name is Valakak. I forgot what his last name was. And then I was inspired by this one character off Undertale with no arms, so I made this guy who was born with no arms. I would just be wearing a poncho, and I would just be walking around like that. Like, regardless of what the situation is, even, like, I would put style into it. I'd try to look my best, and I drew, Valak just chasing him. I don't know what the context is between why they're fighting and why they always have beef, but every single page is mostly just them having beef. Like, it's a little funny. I don't know what the issue in the calyx. Oh, I added another person to my pirate crew, and this was, as you can see, some of this, the scarf is kind of familiar. It's a little goblin man. That's all I know. And he has a bunch of gear on. Oh my gosh, I drew Benjamin again. Benjamin will never leave my mind. This is another sketch of Benjamin. Benjamin will never leave my mind. I want you to know that. Benjamin will always be the Spider-Man of my universe. You know, you can have your own universe and stuff, but Benjamin is the Spider-Man of my universe, okay? I never will stick with a design with him. I just don't know what he would look like as a spider. I drew two people. I drew this, and I drew Hero. Don't ask why Hero looks like that. It looks terrifying. I was looking at Sukuna sitting in his throne. I was like, you know what? I kind of want to draw something like that. And I kind of ended up drawing this. And then there was Hero, who I just had. He has to make a cameo. I feel like him not making cameo feels weird. This is another character from His Name is Hero, who was a part of the 24 OCs that I made. Her name is Sky, and she is a money-hungry person. Now I can talk about the lore with Sky. Sky is I'm going to talk about the current lore. I'm not gonna she is a well-detailed character. Her lore expands 5 seasons past. There's so much detail with her, but I'm gonna tell you the gist of what she starts off as. Like, right now, she's a money-hungry person. Her dad goes on vacation because he needs to investigate a town because his friend lives in a town. So he goes to investigate it. He gets kidnapped by a dragon, and she has to go investigate. Even though she doesn't for a while, she trusts her dad's gonna come back, and she kind of like stays at home. And because she has to pay the rent and do literally everything because her dad stopped coming back, and she can't really leave the place unguarded or someone else is gonna take it, she has to stay there for as long as she needs to. Now she can watch it and also make enough money for rent. So she's always money hungry and always steals money from other people and tries to do the slick, scammy way to steal your wallet or to steal your money, because she's always looking for money. Her first interaction with Hero is stealing his wallet. So this is an OC I made in the middle of class. Literally do not have any lore on that one. The eyes of an angel. I don't have anything else. Oh! Yes, I do. Yes, I do. These are 2 OCs that I made. This guy was supposed to be a serial killer pirate. He was supposed to join my crew as well. This was based off of Monkey King, and these 2 OCs are pretty much the coolest. I love them. But there's no real lore to them. I don't really have a backstory of when I made them either, so trust me, they're cool. They're cool because I said they're cool. Again, with the random stuff that I draw, don't ask me. I was trying to draw old man facial features because I never made old people. I don't draw a lot of old people, so I was really trying to experiment what an old person would like. What drawing an old person would look like. So I drew this old man as an example, and it actually turned out pretty well. Guys, I have a hell of a boss OC, and that is him. This is my first Hell of a Boss OC, and he is a Goreisha. I loved Hell of a Boss for every single thing that they've done, and I thought that I would redesign a character based off of them. And so I made this little guy, this little credent, this little desecrating little crap, okay? He's the lore. Because, of course, I wouldn't make a OC for another show and not have lore in both of them. Of course, I made one for the My Hero OCs, but I didn't really go too deep into that one as much as I went into these Hell of a Boss OCs. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you this. This little guy is a Goreisha. He was born a Goreisha. But his butler is a sinner. So basically, in Hell of a Boss, there's sinners and there's Goreisha. And, sinners are more like kind of like the normal civilians that just roam around the city. And then you got the Goreisha, who are like demon royalty and stuff like that. This is demon royalty. You guys are looking at royalty here. That's why he got this little crown, wherever it is. There it is. This little crown. He's royalty. And, they needed a butler. They don't have a butler. So a sinner offered their allegiance to a family. And that just happens to be the Goreisha bloodline. And this little guy. And since he is now... the sinner is now a part of the family, this sinner is kind of manipulating this little guy into doing evil stuff. Now he can pretend to have power. It's like he's like that evil butler who stands over him and just tells him to do things, and he totally just does it just because they just say to do it. He loves music, he loves singing, and he only sings on top of mountains sometimes. So if you ever stand upon a mountain in hell and you hear singing, it's probably this guy. He only sings above mountains, but people say that he has a beautiful singing voice. But yeah, he's a little inventor, a little scientist. Even though he studies. I had a better grip on the lore back then. I had such a better grip on the lore back then. He's so many interesting things about him. He loves magic. He loves territory. Oh my gosh, I wish I understood it. If I ever make a video about my opinion about Helluva Boss, it will be a video where I'm redrawing him, and I'll come up with more lore for this guy, because he's just such a fun little character. I'm sorry, he always been my little guy I always came back to, you know. Don't mind this position. It was me just trying out different poses. It was supposed to be breakdancing, and it looks like he broke his neck, and his butt is like 2 inches away from his butt. I don't know what's going here. I don't know what's going on here. This was from Fire Force. I know exactly why I made this, and I know exactly what OC. I did not give him lore though, but just know this is from Fire Force. If you ever watch this anime, you may recognize the designer. I continued the lore. Yes, you may know him. He's the armless kid who I drew not too long ago, who added a new character to the lore. This guy doesn't have a name either, but it's okay. It's okay. Guys, lock in. And he's also trying to catch this guy with no arms for some reason. Do I know the lore? I don't know, but he has a lot of people. You know what? Why are they after this guy? Like, I'm starting to think he's the problem. Something's telling me he's the problem. He may actually be the problem, because like for some reason I always draw him and he has ops. No matter what the situation is, I'm always drawing him with ops. He always has ops. I don't know what this was. My attempt at a Sonic character, a rendition of a Sonic character, was pretty bad. Let's pretend like you did not see that. Did I add a name? Timmy Talon. That's a Jeremy Fallon. I can't. Anyway, this is not my handwriting. I know someone else wrote on this. I definitely do not give names for my OCs, obviously. As it's told, it's biblically accurate to not give my... It doesn't matter how good the design is, I'm just not going to give you a name unless you're Ken Kaneki. Unless you're Kenkai. From that other sketchbook, I'm probably not going to give you a name. Unless I imagine lore for you, unless I have like an indensed lore, most likely you will just be nameless. You'll be nameless in this book, unfortunately. It's not my fault. It's not my fault, I promise. Okay, maybe my fault a little bit. Look at this mop on this kid's head, bro. He looks like it's just a mop on his head. What is this? Looks like a Teletubby, smells like a Teletubby, probably was inspired by Teletubbies, most likely. I do get inspired by the most random things, I promise you. I'm telling you, this sketchbook doesn't even make sense. It just has a bunch of things about it, like the bird, the axe. I have no idea what's going on. Like, I got amazing. I remember what he's based off of Toji from JJK, and I was like, you know what, I kind of want to make an OC based off Toji, and I made this little guy. He's this Frankenstein chain wielding cross back bling, like, you know, that he carries a cross. This cross is unhookable, and once it hooks up differently, it turns into a chainsaw. So it's a chainsaw cross, and he carries it with chains, and he wears this Russian beanie. Guys, I was edgy. Okay, guys, the concept was nice. Here's my ears. His name is Hero Kaz. We got Hero. We got Henry. We got a redesign for Nate. This is the time where I wanted to redesign a lot of his name is Hero's character. I fix Hero, fix Henry. Nate needed redesign because he was a little bit too much. I didn't want to draw his hair, so I just went for this haircut for some reason that covers his eyes. I don't know why I always liked it. It just I like it. It fits on him. I like it. It fits on his head perfectly. Another character I was trying to draw was, this was supposed to be Lynn. Lynn was supposed to be right here. But, you know, sometimes you just don't get a win. Okay. These are not any OCs of, I don't know what I was drawing. What I have no idea what this. I wouldn't be able to tell me. Oh yeah, I think that's the end of the sketchbook. I have a few sketchbooks. Yeah, I think this is the end of the sketchbook. I have not finished this, or fully finished this sketchbook. That's why this is my favorite, because not only is it Piplup, and not only does it have so much good art in it, I haven't even finished it. So I can open and draw whenever I want to. But I only want to draw good art in this. I think that's the reason why I never drew in this and finished this out. Is because I started losing... Like, you know when you haven't done art for a long time, you get back into art and your art start looking butt ugly? Like, my art started looking bad when I was drawing on a random piece of scratch paper, and I was afraid to draw in this. Because of that. Because I was like, no, I don't want to mess up. Like, I have... Like, every single page inside this is good. Like, it's so good. It's full of so much good art, and I'm like, I don't want to touch that. This feels like an antique. I got this at a convention. Look at this sticker. It's President Loki. I taped that to the back of the sketchbook. Let's make sure most of my sketchbooks have work in it, but let's go. Okay, did not draw that. Okay. It's obviously okay, I don't know what that is. Do I want to? One day I want to figure it out. I have so many weird amalgamations in here. Okay, so we're gonna skip that one. we're gonna skip this page. Oh wait, is this my... Yeah, hero's already on the first page, I know. My final sketchbook, and I guess this one doesn't even have sketches in it. Anyway, thank you guys for making it this far, if you did make it this far. I will be making a part 2 to this video, because this took longer than I thought it would. I thought it was going to be like 5 minutes, but it turned out to be almost 2 hours. But even if you guys made it this far, thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you guys liked every single OC that I presented.
Hola. I didn't do it in the actual video, so I'll do it now. See ya.